Good morning. It's Tuesday at Crafters TV. You've got me all day yet again. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's shows. We've got a nice lineup of stellar shows today. Guess what, guys? They've given me a chair. I'm actually sat down. I thought it was a Craft Your Stash show. I was like, oh, I'll stand, it's fine, I like standing. But oh, no. It's going to be a nice, relaxed, chilled day with you and me here for the next hour, crafting together. I feel like a little bit like I'm doing a Facebook Live from home. Well, I am technically home, my second home. So I'm really looking forward to this morning. Now, obviously, I'm here on my, well, I say I'm here on my own. I'm not really here on my own. I've got the lovely Jamie, who's back. He had a little day off yesterday because we tired him out on Crafterganza. Told me all about it. I absolutely now know lots of other things that went off there because you were all keeping really quiet yesterday, apart from telling me just how lovely it was. So I've got Jamie. I did hear in the background a little chuckle from Pops himself, the big Pops, our Johnny, who's there, but not technically working here right now. He's got his admin stuff to go and do. Rumour has it he never leaves the building. Who was that walking down there for his boss last night then? Well, anyway, I'm not on my own. I've got Jan on the socials. She's looking after everything down to you guys watching on YouTube and you guys watching on Facebook. Get the comments coming in. Let me know I'm not here on my own. You enjoyed yesterday's. I hope you're going to enjoy today because this is what you guys asked for. So I'd got a different plan. And you guys asked for some watercolor stamp craft together, almost like a little mini craft along again. And I enjoyed the craft along so much. But as showing the samples yesterday during yesterday's shows, people said, yes, they'd love to see some more. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today, crafting along together. So any questions you want to ask, we are live, we're interactive. Wait a minute, what's interactive, Debbie? Wait a minute, is it interactive or interreactive? Interactive, thank you, Jamie. It's only the second cup, can I just tell you? I need at least 3 to be functioning and speaking properly. So who knows, we might have to go and ask someone to grab me one during the middle of the show. Because that's what I'd do at home. I'd get the son to go and knock the kettle on and get me a little drink whilst in the middle of a Facebook Live. But yeah, so we're live, we're interactive. Just let me know anything you want to ask, any questions you want to ask regarding these stamps. I'm going to show you a few samples, then we're going to just get straight into it. But I can see I'm not here on my own because as I'm talking, I could see little white lines moving. So I think we've got a few people talking already. Lovely Stacey Lou, Crafty Stacey Lou, good morning. CCTV, Debbie and Jan. She's having a lazy morning at the lodge. Sounds absolutely lovely. You need to send us some pictures. She said she's laid in bed having lots of cuddles with my favourite little pooch, Cooper Mum. So I love that, and I know she's on her holidays at the minute, so I hope you're enjoying it, but the lodge sounds lovely. You need to send me some pictures, Stacey. I need to see what it looks like. I've always fancied a lodge. I've always fancied going away for a lodge. But yeah, so send me some pictures. Let me have a little nosy. You know what I'm like. I'm a bit nebby. Rebecca Dancer says, hello, Debbie. Jamie and Jan, you've got to mention name check, Jamie. Karen Bernhardt says, good morning from a very hot Hampton Roads in Virginia. Temperatures feel like up to 112. That sounds very hot, Karen. I ain't gonna lie, that sounds incredibly hot. That sounds to me like the melt in the face kind if you've got makeup on. In fact, I bet you wouldn't have makeup on. It's 44 degrees, Jamie. That is scorchio. Oh, I hope you've got a pool so you can go and get in and have a nice little dip. Rebecca Dancer says she's making some pop-up Christmas cards whilst watching. Do share with us, Rebecca. Love to see people's inspiration and what people get up to in the crafty ones. We had some nice ones sent in yesterday. And don't forget Friday Night Live, and I'll be here for that one. You could send in your makes because you could be in a chance of, is it now bonus points they get for that one? Bonus points, a chance to win some extra bonus Club Inspire points. So definitely send those in for us, Rebecca, and let's see what you're getting up to. What was that, Jamie? Oh, thank you. Look he's on the ball this morning. Mind you, he's on his monster, just going to say. Studio at crafterscompanion.co.uk, send those in and they will go through. Jamie will sort those out and we'll be able to put those on Friday night. Oh, is it not you, Is it not you? Oh, Jamie, I thought it was you. Apologies. Our Johnny will be sorting that out. Our lovely Shirley Nugent says, good morning, everyone. Karen Bernhardt said, love the craft along. Thank you, Karen. I love that craft along. Sarah Siraf, I think that is. Good morning, Debbie, Jan, Jamie, and all watching. Stephen, Nicole, good morning, Stephen. Hope you're keeping well, lovely man. Carol Duncan says, good morning, Debbie and everyone. And that's it for now. We've caught up with all the messages, but do keep those coming in. But we are going to be talking, got me coffee. We are going to be talking things, watercolour stamps and having a nice little crafty session. But I just thought I'd show you some of the samples for anybody that missed the samples that I showed you yesterday. Actually, I'm going to show you some of Leanne's because I think Leanne did the launch of these, if I remember rightly. And look at the things that she was playing with. They're absolutely gorgeous, these stamps. Tests, thank you, Jamie. Do you know, I was here when she got really excited about these stamps. I remember it being back end of last year and she'd had the first set that came in and had a play. I mean, seriously, guys, these stamps are the most versatile stamps we've ever done. They look like a nesting die, but in a stamp form, but it just gives you, from a creative point of view, a lot of things that you can do with them. I love what she did with those, and I can see she really enjoyed playing with these because they've all been left in here. I think we should make these into some cards at some point because I think they're absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. That is just sensational, created from a stamp and some watercolour. Now, they are called watercolour stamps. However, there is a lot that you can do with them, and I'll show you with these samples just how fabulous you can make these and take these into your crafting with other things in your crafty stash. That is stunning from our lovely Nicola Armstrong, one of our fabulous design team members. It's absolutely beautiful. Using some dies that we've had, but the background, look at the background, using those watercolour stamps and that watercolour technique and then creating a shaker card, and look at the sparkle on that with the glitter. One of Ben's favourites that he absolutely fell in love with from the fabulous Rebecca Davies is this gorgeous 4-leaf clover design using the love heart stamp. I mean, that is something else. That really is absolutely beautiful, as is what our lovely Jan did. So our lovely Jan, right now, beautiful sample, Jan, using the smaller of the love hearts, one of the smaller ones, to create those clovers as well, and just a lovely design, and then that lovely love heart feel. This one that Nicola designed, I love. I just love things where you can create like a doodle shape with it as well. I honestly find these these stamps the most fascinating to work with, the most creative to work with, and one of my all-time favourite samples that we've had from this. And don't get me wrong, I love them all, but I have a little bit of a soft spot for this one because I love the nature of taking it into not just crafting, taking it into things like home decor, and that's what Rebecca's done so superbly with this one. She's popped it in one of those gorgeous frames, and then she's just created, using the shapes, some abstract designs, and then done things like can you see here, salt water, do you know the salt technique with your water, thank you, Jamie. That's a salt technique. We might have done that for a bit of doodling, taking a white line of it. I mean, this is just absolutely fabulous. This is the kind of thing that you can play with, adding and dropping ink in, and then adding things like your metallic pens and things like that. That another one there, a lovely salt design. Just absolutely fabulous. Tangle into them if you want to tangle into them. And then I did a take on what lovely Rebecca did, and I'll just show you because this was my take on there. Using the butterflies, creating a little bit of a decoupage feel, and using butterflies from a love heart. Who knew? Ben gave me the design. I know you weren't here yesterday, Jamie, but Ben gave me the colour scheme for this one. And honestly, we did that from scratch, start to finish. Just absolutely fabulous stamps that enable you to get really, really creative. And that's what I love. They tick all the boxes for me, these. All the boxes in terms of getting inky, getting messy, being playful with them, having a nice little play. And that's what we're going to do this morning. Now, Debbie's going to try and put these back in here without knocking them over. But I've got a tickle in my throat. I had a fabulous weekend, but I think I've just exhausted myself. And I've got a bit of a tickle now and a runny nose. So apologies if you keep seeing me get a tissue. And I've got some runny eyes because I've had a little allergic reaction to having some glamorous lashes popped on. Girls, tell me if you have the same problem. So I can't wait to get those off, and Jamie's going to give me a reminder to get the solution after the show because I need to get these off. I'm here all week and I've left the solution at home and I ain't going down the A1 and the M1 just for that. So, but yeah, let me know. In fact, keep chatting. Tell me what you're up to today. What is it that you're getting up to? Are you crafting? Are you in your PJs like our lovely Stacey Lou, resting in bed? What projects are you getting finished today? Have you completed all your Crafterganza projects? I know a lot of people have completed them, busy working on them, a little bit of homework that they got. Let me know what you're doing today. Share the love of what you're doing. Ben will be joining me later, of course, for the rest of the shows. Bet, let me know what you're doing. And I can see there's some more people coming in, so I'll give you a few more shouts out and then we'll get started because we're 10 minutes in and we haven't even started crafting. Our lovely Louise Burton says, hello, everyone. Love to Craft on YouTube said good morning to everyone. Good morning, Louise. Hope you're keeping well. Love to Craft. What's your name, Love to Craft? I love the name. The YouTube name, great handle, love that one. Regina Boyd on YouTube says, good morning from Buffalo, New York. It's 5 a.m. I only see 5 o'clock in a day, Regina. And believe you me, it is not the 5 o'clock in the morning one. Although saying that, it's very light in the morning at 5 o'clock. My body did wake me up the other morning and I thought, oh my God, I've overlaid. Turns out it was 4:45 and the bright sun was out and everything. I was like, what? What on earth's going off? Only usually 5 o'clock. Lynn Harvey says, good morning, Debbie, the amazing CTV, the wonderful social superstar, and everyone. I hope everyone is well. We are, Lynn. Hope you're keeping well too. Jane Quigley on YouTube. Good morning. Good morning, Jane. Hope you're keeping well. Vicky Johnston. Good morning, everyone. Keep them coming in. Let's keep that chat going. But we are going to get crafting and we are going to have a little play. I've got some watercolour cardstock. I've got my water brushes. I've got lots of different watercolour mediums here to have a play with. And I've got everything else that I think I can deal with terms of crafting. So let's get started. Now, I am going to be using some watercolour cardstock for this project. And I say this project, I haven't really got anything in mind. I saw a gorgeous sample from the gorgeous Rebecca yesterday that I absolutely fell in love with, which was just like random shapes just popped across, bit of tangling in or a bit of abstract design going off, and I quite like that idea. So I thought, let's have a little play. We've got a nice amount of time to have a little play. So I'm going to come in with, first of all, a 6x6 piece of cardstock, and we'll take it from there, I think. I think that's where we'll start. So now, I don't know what everybody else is like when they do these craft together shows, but I've already got a rather full table. So I'm hoping... Jamie, can you see everything? Oh, it looks very neat on camera. Thumbs up. It's a win-win already, because that's not how it'll be. Let's come back to this shot near at 12 o'clock and see how we're doing. But I'm going to bring in my stamping platform. Actually, I might use my other stamping platform. Yeah, I might use my magnetic one. I've had not a little problem, but I've got a bit of pins and needles in there from my arthritis. So I think I'll bring in my other stamping platform for this because we can change the stamps around. But yeah, I think we'll bring that in. So I am going to put that down onto there, and I'm just going to literally stick that down. Now, I am using the one that's got the sticky tack to it, so it will hold it into place, but I am going to be changing around, and I may potentially use my little one over there as well, but it just gives me something to start with. Oh, shapes. What shape? Do you know what I haven't used yet? I haven't used the squares. So I think we'll go in with a little bit of a square design and start with that. And we're going to pop that into the middle. Now then, debate. Are we going to use glitter, sunbeam shimmering, or our 48? Oh, Jamie wants the glitter. Right. Go on, Jamie, as it's you with me this morning, we'll have the glitter. I do love the glitter in watercolours. Now, I know I'm not here this morning, you know, I'm telling you what we've got on the show for you to go over to the website. You can, if you want, because we do have these still in stock, I believe, as of yesterday. And I think there was something like £12 or £13 for the whole set, which I just think is just absolutely beautiful. 12 colours in total, lovely impact. They're packed full of gorgeous glitter with a watercolour effect. I still don't know how we do it, but we do. So we'll go with that. And I'm going to literally just pick that one up. And we will, I'm just going to move that out of the way, bring in the glittering palette, and I think we'll have one of those gorgeous blues. So I'm going to bring in my pen without dropping it everywhere, Debbie. Now these are our water filled, so the water, you pour the water into there, and then that releases that to become a water paintbrush. So I'm going to see what this first colour looks like. If I don't like it, I can change it up. What was that, Jamie? Thank you very much. He's gone and done a little bit of investigating. It is still in stock at $12.99 or $16.99. Thank you, Jamie. You have been busy. Yeah, I know you are. He's saying, I'm just good. He is. He's very good at his job. He is. And we are on our own until, I think, is it George in today, Jamie? I think George is in today. Jamie doesn't know, so he's just going to have a little check at the calendar. Right, so first thing first, let's bring that back in, and we're going to just stamp that down into the right way, Debbie, because you had that in the middle. There we go. Pop that down into the middle. That could have gone completely wrong for the first start, but you know what? If it did, guess what? Doesn't matter. Happy accidents happen, don't they? So let's just draw out, using our paintbrush, some of that fabulous ink. And again, we can add, so you can use it. You could use it as a solid. We were talking about this yesterday. If you are using anything of a watercolour nature and you want to do a more solid piece, then absolutely bring in the Finesse waterproof one. It will help non-smudging and things like that. So I will be using that at some point. But for now, let's just get this flowing and some of that gorgeous sparkle. And I am going to paint some more in there because I do love that. And I even might mix a couple of colours into the centre. So again, just taking the brush and colouring. Now, I am telling you, we are just playing. We're just going to see how this goes. We're going to see where it goes. I've got something in mind, but I don't know where I'm going to go with it. Don't worry about the little splashes. I've already splashed onto my cardstock because I'm messy crafter. And it doesn't matter because I think it adds to the vibe of the card. And I do, that's exactly why I love, for this reason, I love the effect of these. So I've got to go back in, add a little bit more. Oh, the sparkle on that before I even dried it off looks stunning. Let's go in. I wonder if I can add a bit of this into it. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah, we'll add a bit of that blue in there as well and mingle the two together. And I'm going to dry that stage off before I move on to anything else. So I've got my little heat tool at the side of me. So let's give that a bit of a waft with our heat tool. And you can see, that, so when it's wet, you can start to see the sparkle, but when it dries, it looks absolutely stunning. It really does. That lovely shimmer that you get is something else. It really, really is. Oh, I love that. That looks gorgeous. And I love the shading of the two different ones there. It looks absolutely beautiful. So let's go in, and I'm going to give it a little, Debbie, button off. There we go. Let's just lift that off so you can see that sparkle. Can you see that sparkle, Jamie, from there? Because my eyes are the camera's really way back. But can you see that sparkle? Are you happy I've chose the sparkle now? There we go. I've pleased, if anything today, I've pleased our lovely Jamie because I've done something that he wanted me to do. Now, I am going to switch over from this stamp to one of the other ones because we've got lots of different shapes in there, and I am going to literally change that up. So I'm going to bring in that one. So I'm just going to pop that down there for now. But I need to remove this one. I have got some wipes. They do get messy. If you get inky fingers, don't worry. But I have got a few little wipes here just to give it a little clean. Because this is a wet wipe as such, you just need to remember that when you're cleaning this off, you need to make sure your stamping platform is quite dry, because if it is wet, it can affect the stick of your photopolymer. What have I done with? Oh, there they are. Let's put that down there. Put that back into there. And they do stain. Can I just say, some of our watercolour mediums have got like stain with the pigment that's in there. That's fine. Doesn't affect the stamping. You just need to make sure it's clean. Make sure your platform's dry before you start with the next stage. And I do mean this. I do tend to work in stages when I'm using this. So I'm going to have a little play now with, and I'm just going to move that out of the way just for a second. Let's push that one maybe down there actually. And I think I'll use the smaller one. And I did say I loved that style of card and the mix of the shapes. And I will mix the shapes in a second. I'm just going to keep to, I love the abstract nature of what she did. So I'm going to do that. But I'm just going to lay those down first. I tend to, when I'm using stamps, and as you can see, like with that overhead view then, you can see where I've placed them. I find it easier to place the stamp down so I've got the placement correct and then pick it up with the stamping platform and use my little logo so that I know that that's into place when, and I do that usually when I've got that on the platform. Uh-oh. Maybe we'll move you out of the way. Right, let's colour some more. Cleaning this, now I will tell you that that blue, there is a little bit on there, but you can clean that with either a tissue or a wipe again. And just push the water from the chamber through to the brush and then until it comes clear. Now that's gone, so all that ink is now gone, but the stain's there. But if you think the ink is still there, it isn't. I can promise you it isn't. So I'm going to switch that over now. I'm going to do a little bit with my stamping. I think I feel all right now. I think now I've got that first one down, I think I'm okay. And I'm going to change the... Oh, Jamie, shall we choose a colour? Do you think the purple? Yeah, shall we go with the purple? Might even have the iris as well. So again, just push some of the water through the chamber into that brush, pick up that with the brush and then paint over. Shall we go 2 purples, Jamie? Let's go 2 purples. Let's go 2 purples. Why not? So let's come in and create that sparkle from that gorgeous palette. A little goes a long way as well. It really does go a long way. And again, don't worry, do you know, even if you have got a little bit of it misshapen, these are stamps that can be manipulated into different shapes. And I do like that. Might actually put a bit of the iris down on there. Bit of a darker colour. Yeah, let's go in a bit dark. Do that in that one as well. Good call. Jamie's just said to me, would you do the outline in one colour and then maybe in the centre another colour? Absolutely. Give that a good old go. Yeah, I can see why that wouldn't work. Now, I'm just going to have to stand up for a second just to place that back over because I did move it. And I think I'm going to go, yeah, I'm going to have it there. And I just want to be able to see that. Oops, sorry, Jamie. He said, watch your head. Head always gets in the way. I can only apologise, Jamie. But I would do this at home. I would stand up and I would completely do that at home as well. So let's just now take those colours. Now, again, you could just draw that colour out with your water brush. You could add a bit more sparkle, you know. If you had a clear overlay sparkle pen, you could use that because that is, I class that as another water brush as well as a nice bit of sparkle. Would add additional sparkle over the top. What I love about overlaying the colour is that you're creating another colour over the top. And I think that looks fabulous. That's like a deeper shade of purple. So absolutely, look at that, from the purple to the pink. And again, draw out that colour. Add some more. I'm going to go in with a bit of the iris again. I'm glad I went with your choice. I was going to stick to watercolour with this, Jamie, but I'm glad I've gone with your choice of the glitter. I do love a bit of sparkle, I ain't going to lie. So I'm just going to come in and add a bit of a deeper colour over there. And I love how the secondary stamp sits over there. And again, I'm just going to do the same with this one. So let's just pop in over there, draw out a little bit more, add a little bit of that other secondary colour. Mix the two. Oh gosh, this is looking really nice already. I'm loving it. I can see some more comments coming through, so I am conscious you're with me and I will be reading out some more comments in a second, guys. So let's just... Oh yeah, I like this. See, this is what I love about these show formats where we can have a little play. And like I said, this is what I would be doing. If I was at home, this is exactly what I'd be doing at home. Exactly what I'd be doing. Just having a plate. Doesn't that look cool? Shall we dry that off? Let's dry that stage off. And I will have a little quick peek at the other comments coming through. I was just about to wave to George because I can see George. George has just entered the building, so I was just about to wave and then I saw Jamie had put me on there and I'm like this. Let's have a little look at some more. Oh, bless Jane. Jane Quigley's got back and she said she's not feeling too well today, so catching up with washing and some quiet knitting. Jane, I hope your day gets better and I hope you're feeling a little bit better as well. Michelle Knits For You on YouTube says, morning all. Laquita Gibson, good morning everyone. Good morning to you, Laquita. Alison Mason on Facebook, she says she's having a lazy morning. Ooh. Hubby and son, this is good, this is good. Hubby and son are back at work after our fortnight off, so it's peaceful. Always nice. If you ask Ben later, because Laura's back, the real Mrs M is back. And he said he was really looking forward to her coming back, he's saying, because he's had the house to himself. Technically, the kids have been there, but you know what kids are like in teenage years. They're always off out and about with the friends. So he's really had a lovely time. He's enjoyed himself. So yes, I get that peace and quiet, Alison. Really nice. Karen Jones, thank you. Morning, Debbie. Love your dress. Thank you very much. One of my TikTok specials. You know what I'm like with TikTok. Karen McLeod says, good morning, Crafters Companion from rainy Glasgow. If it makes you feel any better, it's not much different outside here at Newton Aycliffe either. Stephen36 on YouTube says hello and good morning. Stephen, are you the same Stephen that messaged into Hobbymaker the other day? Trying to work out which Stephen it was, because I thought it was Stephen, our Stephen, Nicole, it wasn't. So tell me if it was you. Pamela Greenidge on Facebook says, good morning, everyone. And Alta says, hello, everyone, or hello, everyone, at CTV Community Team, Jan and Debbie with lots of smiley faces. Thank you very much for that. Oh, look at this. I'm really enjoying this. Can we go close up, Jamie? Yeah, I'm liking this so far. Really, really loving this. But we're going to add some more. So, do we stick, actually, do you know what? I could actually turn it round and do back and small. Ooh. Maybe not. I feel like that might be a bit too big. So, we could do other shapes, Jamie, and we are going to switch to some other shapes. It's like Jamie was inside my mind then. We are going to add some more shapes into it, Jamie. I promise you we will. And I'm just going to give these a little clean off and clean my stamping platform again. So just give them a little dab, get the excess ink off, because I think I might use that colour again, because I do like that colour theme and I feel like it might work. Don't want to go too random with my colours. But I'm just going to clean my platform down, make sure it's nice and dry. Good morning, Linda Proctor on Facebook. I've just seen your good morning message come through, my lovely. I hope you're keeping well. Right, so we've got that one, and I quite like the idea. Yeah, I think I'll go the small up there. Shall we go smaller? Let's do a smaller one. Shall we go a bit random and put one coming off? There we go. Sorry, Jamie, if I get it out of shot, just tell me. So, yeah, let's put that there. That there. Ooh, I can't wait to add some more shapes, because I'm going to add some more random shapes there. We'll get some more on. Ooh, there's a really small one. I forgot about you. Let's bring you in. And we're going to go over there. What do you think? Yeah, shall we go there? Go on, we'll do that. We could make that blue up. Oh, yes. Let's just pick that down. Right, so we're going to have pink up there again. Or should I say, should we bring in some more colours, or should we bring a bit of green in? Bit of green. Bit of green. Come on, let's bit. Oh, Debbie, guess what I didn't do? I didn't clean my brush. Dab that off. Let's clean and push through until that, yep, there we go. So let's add a bit of the green. Let's see if this green works. I think it will. Should we go up there, green? Yeah. Or maybe blue again. Ooh, green and blue. Bit of green and blue. So let's pop a bit of that blue in there as well, coming down those sides. Have a little play with your colours. Enjoy this process. I genuinely mean this. Just enjoy the build-up and how it comes together. I think I'll have that blue with that one. Yeah, we'll stick to blues, greens and purples, I think. I think if I start bringing in other colours, it might get a little bit messy. Let's go green over there. There we go. Cover all of that. And then I'm just going to stand up yet again, and I'll try not to get my head in the shot, and I'll try and remember where I was put. It was that way, weren't it? There we go. And we're going to just overlay those. So put the pressure down. Like I said, if it comes or it squidges the square shape a bit, don't worry. It's absolutely fine. Yep. Liking this. Enjoying this. Crafty Stacey says, Lee says hi. Debbie, forgot him off my message. Can you say a hi to him? Stacey Lou, of course I can. Lee, hi. I hope you're keeping well, and I hope you're enjoying your holiday as well, and I hope you're enjoying that lodge, because it does sound, I'm not going to lie, sounds beautiful. Sounds my kind of retreat, that. A nice little lodge. But yes, there you go. And I've met Lee before. He came to Chesterfield with Stacey, with Cooperman before in the past, and lovely young man. He is. Not a crafter, though. He's not a crafter. I think if I remember rightly, more into his bikes, is it, Stacey? If I remember rightly? I could be wrong. let me know. Now then, that was this blue, wasn't it? Yeah, let's put that blue. And actually, squeeze a bit of that water through, water that down a bit, and add a little bit of, yeah, let's go in with the galaxy and a bit of the iris together. Bit of purple and blue, there we are. Yeah, this is looking lovely. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this craft. I want to do more of these craft together shows, Jamie. I'm enjoying this. I know there's no more this week. I am doing craft your stashes as well. So I'm going to add a bit of purple into there just because I've got a bit of blue and I want to take that over the top. And I feel like the blue on the blue might be just a little bit too much, but we can, of course, mix those two together. And again, I think that looks really nice with the addition of the purple in there. And I'm not worrying again about like a little bit, I always call it like colouring out of the lines. I'm not worrying too much about that. Just water that out a little bit more. There we go. And clean that off. So that's that one. I might add one more small one just down there. However, dry this next stage off, because if you don't dry it off, it does become a little bit risky if you're putting your fingers in there, getting a splash mark and things like that. Jamie, I'm just going to have to dab myself down. Do you know what you're saying about, do we need a fan? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I always get warm in this studio, and then the glasses start slipping down the old face. But I'm okay, I'll be fine. We'll be fine. Oh, look at that. I love the two-tone of that one and the two-tone of that as well. Yeah, enjoying this project. I really am enjoying this. And this is what it's all about. It's having a play with these stamps. It's about enjoying these stamps. I think I'm just going to add one more here. Actually, shall we change shapes, Jamie? Go on. Oh, actually, no. I'll keep that little one. I'll put one more little one down. So let me just clean those off, and then I'm going to change shapes. So I'm going to put my squares down. I'm going to clean those off. Come on, off you come. Oh, don't want to come off. Stuck down. Right, that was good, a really good stick down one, but just going to dab that down. And I think I might add a little bit of the purple onto that one. Let's just bring in brush again. Did I clean the brush down? There we go. Bit of the purple. Just cover that over. And I'm just going to randomly pop it down into there. There we go. And then just draw out that colour. There we go. Just fills out that space a little bit. And again, I've got a few splash marks, but that's fine. It adds to that design. And if you saw me yesterday, you'll know I love a little bit of a splash technique. And we may or may not do that again. But I'm just going to grab a bit of tissue. And I'm going to just decide now on the next shape. So again, I'm going to bring in, let's have a look. I've got stars. I think that'll look nice. Where's the circles? That'll look nice. Do we add a love heart in there? Potentially. So I'm going to bring out a few more. I'm just going to give my little glasses a little quick clean there. There we go. Oh, Jamie, look. Bring to the front again. Did I say I'd start off really nice and clean? Look at the mess. Did I not say it would start getting a little bit messy? Yes, it is. So I'm going to move these out of the way and try and create a little bit of space on my desk. I am the same at home, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm absolutely the same at home as well. But, yeah, I am a little bit on the messy side there. Right, let's get going because we're going to add some more shapes. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change up because I want to bring in a little bit of a solid colour. And again, I am going to change to the inks. And I did say I was going to bring in, so what did I do with it? Where did I drop that down? There it is. I'm going to bring in a bit of the finesse colour. So I'm going to move the sparkles out of the way, and I'm going to just now decide on some random shapes that I'm going to literally decide, do I use a big one, small one? Let's pop that into there. Let's go over the top. And, ooh, let's bring in a square. Let's go back to one of the little squares. Where have you gone, little one? Oh, I knew this had happened. Oh, I know where the little one is. There it is. Let me put those back on. Do a bit of housekeeping while I'm here as well. We've got plenty of time to get this done, so I'm not going to stress or worry, or we just have a nice little play. I'm going to just clean off this one because I am going to be using now the finesse. So I'll give that a nice little clean. And thank you to our lovely Jamie, who's just come in and dropped a fan on for me because I have got rather warm. Let's just pop you down there. Shall we have another little circle? Yeah, we'll have another. Let me grab him. Ooh, where's the stars? Stars, come on, stars. Let's go in with a star and a star. Yep. Ooh. Shall we do one more star? Oh no, I'll have another circle. Actually, I'll just keep it there for now, and I'll have a little look because I might add. Yes, right, there we go. So I'm happy with what I've done there. So I'm just going to pop this and switch this over onto here again because I've got more chance now of things moving. So. all you YouTubers anyway, because we're having a few gremlins, and I do apologise. Don't know what's gone off. We're trying to, well, the guys in the background are busy trying to sort that out. So for everybody on YouTube, welcome back. I haven't done anything further. I just paused when we lost connection, shall we say. So I just paused for a little while. But yes, we are back live on YouTube, and me and Jamie have just been having a little chat. We will run over a little bit past the hour because of the fact that we've lost about 5-10 minutes there. So can only apologise. We're trying to get that fixed. Jan is still looking after all the social comments on YouTube. Obviously, when Facebook's back up and live and running again, you'll be able to join us there. But yes, apologies there. So yes, I did pause. I did stop what I was doing. I had potentially just lined them up and put them onto my platform. But yeah, so sorry about that. I don't know what on earth happened, but we're just going to carry on. And as you can see, that is my sparkle shapes that I've got so far with the overlaying of those shapes. I've just put on some random ones now from the circles, the squares and the stars. And I'm going to ink those up with the waterproof ink pad, which is the Finesse. And hopefully we'll get some of you commenting again. Let me know that you're watching. Let me know that you are still there, and I'll read some of the comments that I have really got sent, but I didn't have a chance to go over due to those said gremlins. Now, the reason I'm using the waterproof Finesse ink pad is because obviously I'm using watercolour, and I don't want any smudging or smearing, and I want this to sit over the top of that watercolour because obviously I'm still going to be doing some other things with it as well. So I'm just going to bring back in my platform for a second, and I'm just going to line that up and stand that up and get that into position, and hopefully everything where I place things haven't moved, and we'll give that a good coverage. Now, I am using the placement stamping platform, which means if I miss any areas, I can go back in and I can re-stamp and know that I get a good clean coverage. But fair dues, apart from that one there, I think that weren't too bad, Debbie. I'm even impressed by, yeah, that's absolutely fine. I am going to add some more to it though as well, so we're going to add a little bit extra to there. So by that I mean that I might just line up. Ah, welcome back, Facebook. We are live. You haven't missed much. I've literally just stamped down a couple of the shapes. I have just said to the guys on YouTube as well that we will overrun. We'll go past 11 until we get the project finished, just because of those little gremlins. I mean, where did they come from? Please, someone tell me. I feel like those little, do you know those little gremlins that come out and you feed them water and they go mad? Is it mad? Water? Where do they go where they run rampage? Can't remember the film, it's that long ago. But I feel like we have those here in the studio. So welcome back, everybody. I am going to carry on. Keep those comments coming in. Let me know that you can see us back live now. I've literally just put the first shapes down and I'm just adding some extra ones in there because I want to do a little bit of... I was going to say tangling, but a bit of extra to these as well. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to add... Who said it was fine? That's good. We're allowed to go over. Fabulous, because we were just saying then, what on earth? Where do those gremlins come from? Somebody please tell me where they come from, because we have no idea. So let's just, I'm going to line that up, which I know it sounds, well, you say line up, Debbie, but I'm not really lining it up. I'm just randomly sticking down. And like I said, I loved what Rebecca did with one of her samples that I thought I need to recreate something similar, because I do like that. I am going to make sure that these are all straight, though, before I actually commit to inking and usually I say commit to the stick, but I can't do it with this one. But I'm just commit to the ink, lay down of the ink, and just decide if that looks right or... That one might be a bit too big. Let me come in with the smaller one. Yeah, the smaller one's better. Yeah, we'll go with that one. That's there, that one's there. And I will just have a quick peek at these. I'm going to add another couple of the stars on as well. Might have a random placement of the star. I think I'm happy with that, actually. Oh, where's that little square gone? There, see, this is me. I end up putting tons and tons down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try not to overload, because I get a little bit like this. I do it all the time. Does anybody else? I do it all the blooming time. Yeah, I can't do that because you've got that overlaid there. No, Debbie, put that down. Put that down. I think that's enough. Yes, you're right, Jamie. That's enough. I get a little bit carried away and I never know when to stop. So I'm just going to stand up again. I'll try not to get my head in the shot because I keep doing that and I apologise. And then we'll come back to read some more comments once I've got these picked up. And then we're going to just pop the ink. And again, for those on Facebook, I'm just using Finesse waterproof ink pad, which is in the black, to add this extra abstract kind of feel to it. And because I'm using it's because I'm using watercolour and because I've got watercolour cardstock. And wait a minute, that's right, isn't it, Jamie? Yeah, just checking then. I thought, have I got that right? Of course you have. I doubted myself then, Jamie. I did doubt myself. And I'm just going to make sure I've got the complete solid line. Perfect. Yeah, I'm quite liking this actually. Yeah, I am. I'm loving it, Jamie. I'm loving it. So let's go back to a few comments before we continue, though, because I am conscious that I missed quite a few before we actually had the gremlins. So I shall go back to some because there's some lovely comments coming through. Crafty Stacey Lou and Lee got back to me with Cooperman as well because she said Lee says about their eye and saying about mentioning him. He does fix he does motorbikes and he fixes wind turbines. She says she's going to send me some videos later. I told you, I'm really nosy. Kelly O'Sullivan on YouTube says, "Good morning, Debbie. Loving the glitter water paints. We'll have to get myself some. Going to the Evesham store this weekend. It's going to be expensive for the other half. Kelly, fill your baskets. There's some right bargains. Make sure you say hello to the team. Rachel, I would call her Raquel. Then that's my little nickname for her. Rachel, Sam, Ali, and all the guys, and get yourself into that cafe because it is divine. Let me tell you." Alexandra Gerlin on YouTube says, "Good morning, Debbie and all. I've got 4-year-old grandson Elliot with me. Can you give Elliot a wave, please?" Elliot says, "You make beautiful things, Debbie." Elliot, you little sweetheart. Hello, Elliot. I hope you're okay. Are you crafting with Nanan or Grandma or Grandma or Glamour? Whichever you call yourself. Alexandra, you'll have to let me know. I'm Nanan. Oh, that might be the fan. I did say, Jamie, I move things very quickly and then everything starts falling off, but managed to fix that. So, hello, Elliot. I hope you're keeping all right. Karen Cronin on YouTube says, "I love watching the demos. Thank you." Tracy is saying hello again to Jan, Debbie and Jamie. Regina, we're still here. Thank goodness, so are we. Vicky Johnston still here. Debbie, really enjoying your demo. I'm very tempted by these stamps. Telling you, they are the best stamps I think we've ever done. I absolutely love them. Jane Quigley on YouTube says, "This is lovely, Debbie. Mine came last week and I'm yet to play. Being on grandma duties. I can't wait for Sunday because I'm on grandma duties, and let me tell you, I've missed those two little ones. I haven't seen them in well over a week, and it's like pulling at the heartstrings, and I'm not back home till Saturday night, so I can't see them till Sunday, but I will be there. Nanan duties. The minute I open my eyes, I'm off up there." Sparkly Sue says, "Still watching, Debbie, loving the demo." And Alison Mason said, "It was that fan, Debbie. Screen froze just after you said about it." So sorry, I needed the fan. Let me tell you, I'm completely cool now. Completely cool. However, let's just take this off. I did stick that down with a little bit of low-tack tape just because things were moving around, so I wanted to keep that situated in situ. However, I'm going to bring in where have I put them, Jamie? There they are. My art liners. Let's do a little bit of doodling in between as well. Now then, 0.3, let's have a little look. Let me just have a quick... Yeah, that's perfect. So let's come in. Now, you know I love a bit of doodling and tangling, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm filling it up with some bubbles. This is what I said about you being able to do lots of different things with these. So I'm just going in with little bubbles. I do love a little bubble. And I'm just going to turn that around to fill up and add a little bit more design to it. Oh, Elliot waved back. Oh, and it's Nanny. Oh, that's so lovely. And Elliot, I am waving again. Hello. All right, isn't it lovely where they craft along? Now, I'm randomly just popping on some straight lines. Might do a couple of little crisscrosses just to add a little bit of dimension, maybe a couple of little bubbles in that corner as well. Yeah, liking this. Loving a bit of this. Ooh, now then, let's... That'd be lovely, Jamie. Thank you. So Jamie's just said, would I like another 15 minutes? Am I all right to share that, Jamie? So we're going to go to roughly around 15:15, did we say? 10 past, sorry. Me getting carried away. I'm adding more time on. You know what I'm like. Don't tell me I'd be doing it till 12 o'clock. And I'm going to add a few more bubbles in to kind of tie it all together. Don't worry about, I mean, you could do lots of things that Sandra shows you in terms of tangling. I do like a little bubble or two. I do like, actually, I quite like a bit of fizz, not going to lie. They're the kind of bubbles I like as well. Bit of Bucks Fizz. There we go. So I'm just going to stop there. So I've added a little bit of extra into that one. I think I'm just going to use my ruler for this though, and I might go up a little bit because that's a 0.3. And let me just have a look at the other sizes. 0.8. That'll be a bit of a thicker. Yeah, that's nice. Bit of a thicker one. So I'm just going to take it from corner to corner. And Jamie's just said, Debbie, why are you doing it on the foam? It doesn't matter, Jamie. Honestly, you can do it on there, but it's because I'm being lazy and I haven't taken it off. But that is a good question because no doubt somebody's actually thinking that too. So I'm gonna not go over the circle. I'm just gonna take it up to the circle. And if my eyes are working, there we go. I'm gonna just go across into that square, and I think I might do something similar along the lines but in the different direction. So if you've got some outliners, this is a really cool way of adding a bit of texture, adding a bit of dimension, adding a little bit of an interest, talking points. And like I said, I didn't have really much of a plan. I just saw something that one of our design team members thought, and I thought, I really like that. And I did say that yesterday. I was going to try and like kind of create my own thing there. Oh yeah, shall we go? I'm going to go the other way. This is a bit random. Never done this before. Literally just having a play with our outliners. Going to come in with slightly smaller. So I've gone quite big there, but going to go in with slightly smaller. And go all the way down. And if you do love tangling, you could adapt this to a tangle. Actually, I quite like just leaving that blank, so I think I'm going to leave that blank. I'm going to colour in my solid star. I want a solid star, so I'm going to use my outliner just to colour that in. Because obviously these are like a nesting with an aperture kind of feel to them, so you can add colour. And I'll do the same with this one as well. Just remind me of the time though, Jamie, because you know what I'm like. I get carried away. And I would literally, if anybody's joined me on one of my Facebook Lives, you know that those sessions can go on for absolutely hours, sometimes 3-4 hours. I am quite well known for it with my crafting. Now then, where's the brush nib gone? I think the brush would be quicker. There we go, Debbie. Brush nib. There we are. So let's just add in into there. What are we thinking, guys? Are we enjoying this? Are you, oh, I quite like this. I'm not going to lie. I'm really enjoying myself. I'm having a better time in my life playing with these. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a little bit into here as well. This is the fun of these stamps. Get your stamps out. Get your colour and just and literally just have a little play with these because I am loving this. I'm really enjoying it. A lot more than I thought I would as well because I did say I've not got any plan and I was like, I don't know what to do with it. But actually, I quite like this. So I'm just going to add a few into here as well. Oh, Jamie's after me card, guys. What do you think? Do we let him have it? Do we let our Jamie have the stamp? Ooh, that's the thought. Let's just, I'm not going to use this. Rather than stamping back over, I'm just going to take my ruler and go around and just highlight some of them. Of course, you've got the stamp to be able to do that again, but I feel like it just needs that little extra bit of, and I do apologise if my head's getting in the shot. Jamie's saying, Debbie, be careful of your head. You know what I'm like? Yeah, quite like that. I'm just highlighting. So I think I'm going to stop there because I am a little bit of a devil in terms of knowing when to stop, and we haven't actually created anything. Well, actually, I tell a fib. We have created something. We've created a little bit of art, but I still don't feel like I'm done. And I did say I do love a bit of a splash, and Jamie went, Debbie, you've got 10 minutes. I do love a splash, I'm not going to lie. I know you didn't say it like that, Jamie. I know I didn't, you didn't. I'm going to grab a paintbrush, though, this time. I'm going to bring in a pot of water, and I'm going to use the colours that I've actually used in there, and I'm going to splash. Ooh, what was that, Jamie? She was teaching you the splash technique. Oh, well, you know me and me splashing. I get it everywhere. Yesterday, Jamie, you weren't here, but I got it all over my glasses. Twice. Not once, twice. But just giving it a really lovely arty feel as well. And it's a little bit like relaxing crafting. It's a little bit therapeutic, if you want to use that word as well. It's really playful. It's what crafting's all about for me. Oh, and I know that we do lots of demos that are, you know, well prepped, but just allowing yourself to get creative and enjoying a little bit of the creativity. I think that's the word I'm looking for. If you want bigger splashes, take a bigger brush. So come in with a bigger brush. And what were the other colours I used, Jamie? Did I use the green? I did, didn't I? Purple, green and the iris. But if you want some bigger splashes, grab a bigger brush, wet it a bit more, and you can drop down some bigger splashes over the top of there. And I think, again, that adds a little bit more to it as well. Oh, I'm loving this. Now then, Debbie, when do you stop the splash? Because I get carried away. And I'm at it again, so I'm going to stop because I know what I'm like. And again, I'm just going to dry that off. So let's dry that off, and I can read a few more comments whilst I'm here. So let me go back. Aha, right. So Carol Duncan on Facebook. I call my 2 French bulldogs gremlins. Alexandra, oh yeah, I love that. Denise Whitland only just managed to join, but love the project, Debbie. Thank you very much. I'm enjoying myself. I'm not going to lie, I really enjoyed the show. Jane, you thought the same as me. Very therapeutic. Yes, it is, Jane. Karen Bernhardt says, I really like the possibilities of the set. Alison Mason said, like that, very abstract, but love the colours with the stark black ink. Jane says, this is amazing. Tracy, you on YouTube, go on, treat Jamie. Let him have it, Debs. I should treat you, shouldn't I? I do like it, though, Jamie. I don't want to give it up. But I am quite a generous soul, so I think I might just do that. Lynn always says, I love what you're doing. It looks amazing. And Sarah says, beautiful. It is a mindful time, Jane. It is mindful. It's a lovely mindful craft. But I just think that's now dry. And anything that's not dry, I can just take a little tissue over the top and just dab that off. Tracy said she loved the paintbrush flick in Crafterganza. Loved it, yeah. It's honestly, it's just such a lovely, cool technique. Oh, look at this. Oh, my goodness. Jamie, can we go in close? I love him. Look at that. Nice little bit of abstract. And Lynn did say, I was just wondering when Debbie was going to stop splashing. I know, I get carried away. Oh, Lynn, I do get carried away. But can you see that beautiful sparkle? So I am going to give a big thanks to our Jamie, because I was going to use just a plain watercolour. I love the sparkle. So what a great little touch that was. Now, I have got some cardstock, so I think I'm going to frame this. And I'm going to use a little bit of, because you can flatten I have used watercolour cardstock, so you will get some slight warpage, not a lot, slight, because watercolour cardstock is the best for a watercolour medium. But I'm just going to use finger lift tape just all the way around, rather than glue. Glue needs a bit of time to set. Also, as well, when the card has got a little bit of wrinkling to it, and you can do it with your hands, but it just needs that bit of time to dry. And once it's dry, you can manipulate the card back into its shape, so to speak. Jamie was a superstar at the weekend. He deserves this lovely card, says Jane. Jane, he said, thank you. And yeah, he does, doesn't he? He does deserve it. So yeah, we will give it our lovely Jamie. Oh, he's going to put it on his wall in his office. Or are you doing it in the gallery, Jamie? In the office, thank you. Then I'll be able to see it as well, because I don't often go in the gallery. It's very dark in there. It is cool, though, I'm not going to lie. I do like to go in there to cool down now and again. And I do like to go and watch the magic behind there as well, because there is magic created in there. We joke all the time, but these guys work really hard in there too. So let's just pop that down. 5 minutes, what the heck? Oh, I was enjoying myself. I've said this the other day to the guys, don't tell Debbie and Craig, because I was like, I could do 2 hours easy, no problem. When I get time to do what was that? That was a strong no came in from the gallery. I mean, guys, really, spoiling me creativity. Do you know what it's made me want to do? More craft-alongs at home. Facebook Lives, yeah, I love my Facebook Lives. I haven't done one for a while, and I feel like the need to do one is coming on very soon, because, yeah, I do love doing the Facebook Lives, because I literally just play. And half at a time, if you ever watch my Facebook Lives, you'll know that I start with a project and it never ends up the way I intended it to. Because I always go off a bit on, is it off tandem? Oh, wait a minute, that's not right. Off kilty? Off piste? Yeah, literally. Now then, I'm going to just stick this on too, and I've got some white cardstock, so I'm not going to overcomplicate this. I think this would look lovely in a frame, I won't lie. Jamie, do you mind if it hasn't got a sentiment? That's okay, because I haven't got time to put a sentiment, but guess which sentiment I would put on? Oh yes, with a bit of love. I would definitely be popping a little bit of with love down on there. So I'm going to, let me just chop this down first. So I wanted about 6.5, but I've only got my small guillotine, so it's all right. We can kind of work to around the 6.5 mark. But again, do you know what? Because it's going on your wall, Jamie, I'm just going to put it on a frame. Is that okay? Because it's Jamie's project, I'm just going to pop that on a frame, and I might attach like a little bit of ribbon onto there. So I'm not going to go too mad, because I don't need to. And again, time is running away with us, guys, so I will just finish this off. But I have thoroughly enjoyed myself. And I hope you guys have too, despite the gremlins. And I hope I've given you a little bit of inspiration. I took some inspiration from one of our fabulous design team members, Rebecca Davis, if you're watching. Love your work. She knows that though, because I've told her many times. But I'm just going to leave it there. And I'll probably add, in fact, Jamie, do you know what? I will add Jeremy a little with love sentiment on, because I know how much you love me using it. We always joke, don't we? We have a nice little joke. And then that is the Craft Together project finish. Have a little bit of a play, have a little bit of a random play. These stamps are made for that in mind, where you can just take something and run with the idea and build it up like we've just done there, and add a little bit of tangling into there if you want. And I could have done a lot more. In fact, I probably will add a little bit more to it, because I love some of the the tangle designs that you can put in. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this morning. I hope you guys have too, because I can see Trisha Plasto on YouTube says, Debbie, that looks amazing. June Woodhouse on Facebook, hi, managed to grab a few minutes on a hot chocolate. One of the dogs has already claimed my lap. Love that. And it looks absolutely stunning. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the lovely comments, but I have got to get ready, so I have to end it, because we've got Wake Up Call coming up at 12 o'clock, where I'm going to be joined with, is he in the building? TV Hubster, Mr. Moresby, for Wake Up Call and preview of the day. So we'll see you soon. Bye for now.